Hi, dear students. Continuation for the previous class. Previous class we discussed something on the basis of development. We understood many things from there. Okay. Today's topic, income and other criteria. What is our new topic? Income and other criteria. When we looked individual aspirations and goals, we found that people not only think of better income but also have goals such as security, respect for others, equal treatment, freedom, etc. Okay, listen. We know one thing here is people consider not only the income, apart from the income, they consider other things like freedom, security, then friendship, and also another things here is respect for others, equal treatment, this type of. Keep in mind, similarly, when we think of a nation or a region, we may besides average income think of other equally important attributes. Listen, each person, our first consideration or our first goal or first aspiration, higher income. Okay. Not only income, at the same time we have another goals or another aspirations that we already discussed: equal treatment, freedom, security, etc. Okay. Same as in case of a nation or a region, we may besides the average income think of other equally important attributes. But here is attributes. What could these attributes be? Let us examine this through an example. We want to examine through example. Here is in your textbook there also one data. Table 1.3. Here is a per capita income of a select state. Here is 3 states: Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. Punjab's per capita income here is 26,000, Kerala 22,800, then Bihar 5,700. Okay, data will be changed. This is old version textbook. In your textbook may be another data. That's not a problem. Just to compare these numbers. Table 1.3 gives the per capita income of Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. This table gives the per capita income of Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. Actually, these figures are of per capita net these figures are of the per capita net state domestic product at current prices for 2002-3. Let us ignore what this complicated term exactly means. Roughly, we can take it to be per capita income of the state. We find that of 3, Punjab has the highest per capita income, Bihar is at the bottom. Punjab highest per capita income, Bihar is the bottom. On the basis of this, here is these 3 things or this table, we understood one thing. Here is a higher per capita income in Punjab, lower per capita income or here is bottom Bihar. This means that on an average, a person in Punjab earned rupees 26,000 in 1 year, whereas an average a person on Bihar would earn only around 5,500. So, if per capita income were to be used as the measure of development. Listen, here is on the basis of this table, we understood one thing. What is that? There is a higher per capita income in Punjab, the bottom level existing Bihar. Here is 26,000 in 1 year, whereas an average a person of Bihar could earn only around 5,500. So, if per capita income were to be used as the measure of development, here we want to compare 2 countries through per capita income. How can we find per capita income? Total income of the country divided by total population. Here, Punjab will be considered the most developed, Bihar the least developed state of the three. Now let us look at certain other data pertaining to these states given in table 1-4. On the basis of table 1-3, we understood one thing. Here is, in case of Punjab, there is a higher per capita income. That's why we can consider it is included in the most developed country. At the same time, Bihar, there is very least number comparing to Punjab. Here is very least number. That's why it included in which category? Low income or low per capita, or here is a least developed state. So, country, not state. Okay. Now let us look at certain other data pertaining of these two states given in table. Here we just compare these three states, Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. We understood the per capita income. Okay, on the basis of we can classify which is the high or developed state, which is the underdeveloped state. Okay, then next one is the some comparative data on Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. Here is table 1-4. All of you look your textbook. There is some data. The same state, Punjab, Kerala and Bihar. First one is the infant mortality rate. Next, literacy rate. Next one is the net attendance ratio. Okay. What are included there is a infant mortality rate, literacy rate, net attendance ratio. Okay, what is the Malayalam meaning of infant mortality rate? ശിശു മരണ നിരക്ക്. ഒരു വയസ്സ് പ്രായമാവുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് എത്ര കുട്ടികൾ മരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളത്. Then literacy rate, how can we say in Malayalam? സാക്ഷരതാ നിരക്ക്. Then net attendance ratio, എത്ര കുട്ടികൾക്കാണ് സ്കൂളിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ലിറ്ററസിയിൽ സാക്ഷരരായിട്ടുള്ളവർ എന്നുള്ളതിൻ്റെ കണക്കാണ് here is. Okay, I repeat, the Punjab infant mortality rate here is 49, then literacy rate 70, net attendance ratio 81. Kerala infant mortality rate 11, literacy rate 91, net attendance ratio 91. Bihar infant mortality rate 60, literacy rate 47, net attendance ratio 41. Okay, then we want to explain what is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate, how can we shortly say? IMR, infant mortality rate. How can we say? IMR. Then infant mortality rate indicates the number of children that die before the age of 1 year as a proportion of 1,000 children born in that particular year. In a particular year, how many children survive? Okay, you know that here is the number of children that died before the age of 1 year as the proportion of 1,000 children born in that particular year. ഒരു വർഷം എത്ര കുട്ടികളാണ് ജനിച്ചത്, അതിൽ ഒരു വയസ്സ് തികയുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് എത്ര പേര് മരണപ്പെട്ടു എന്നുള്ളതിൻ്റെ. On the basis of we understood here is Kerala's number infant mortality rate is very least. That's why here is a good health facility. That's why we can conserve our children. Next one is the literacy rate. Literacy rate measures the proportion of literate population in the 7 and above age group. So, the proportion of the literate population 7 and above. The net attendance ratio is the total number of children of age group 6 to 10 attending school as a percentage of total number of children in the same age group. How many literated people, how many students attending the school? Literated people we consider about the 7 years. Then here is a net attendance ratio. That category included the age group of 6 to 10. Okay, is it clear? What does this table show? That means the previous table. Here is we consider 1-4. The first column of the table shows that in Kerala, out of 1,000 children born alive, 11 died before completing 1 year of the age. But in Punjab, the proportion of children dying within 1 year of birth is 49. Listen, here is we just compare these three states. In case of Kerala, here is 1,000 children born, only 11 of them died. But in case of but in case of Punjab, what happened there is that proportion is high. There is the children dying within 1 year of birth is 49, which is nearly 5 times more. Okay, that means our more than 5 times. Here only 11 children. At the same time, in case of Punjab, there is 49 students, nearly 49 children, nearly 50 children. Okay, nearly 50 kids died. Just think of how dear you are to your parents. Think of how everyone is so happy when a child is born. Okay. Now try to think of parents whose children die before they even celebrate their first birthday. Just imagine. Okay. Listen, a newborn baby, when come here is a new baby, that's a very happiest moment, our own happiest moment. Okay, now I enjoy that happiest moment. Here is a on that time we can celebrate after 1 year, or when completed the 1 year, the first birthday. Just imagine that incidents. That's very happy moment. But this type of here is somebody died. What will happen? Their happiness completely lost. How painful it must be to these parents. Next, note the year to which the data pertains. It is 2003, so we are not talking of all times. It is 56 years after independence, when our metro towns are full of high-rise building and shopping malls. The problem does not end with the infant mortality rate. The last column shows that half of the children in Bihar do not even get to go to school. Listen, firstly we discuss infant mortality rate only. In case of Kerala, here is a very least number. That is a very good thing comparing to other. Here is a very least number. Another matter, here is net attendance ratio. In Kerala, here is a higher net attendance ratio. That also a very good matter. Then the last column shows that more than half of the children in Bihar do not even get to go to school. This means that if you went to school in Bihar, more than half of your class would be missing. Those who could have been in school are not there. If this had happened to you, you would not be able to read what you are reading now. Listen, comparing to other state, that means here is Bihar, there is a very least number of students attending the school. That means their net attendance ratio is very low. They can't attend school, they can't continuously attend the school. That's why they lost everything. Comparing to others, we can read everything, but you just imagine you are living in that state, you can't read now. Okay, that means income and other criteria. Here not only consider income, at the same time we consider better education, then better health facility. Health and education, that is the most important attributes, not only income. Is it clear? Okay, then we moving on another topic, public facilities. What is our next topic? Public facilities. How is that the average person in Punjab has more income than the average person in Kerala, but lags behind in these crucial areas? The reason is, money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. Okay, we have money, but we can't buy everything with the help of money. Here is one thing, please underline. Money in your pocket cannot buy all the goods and services that you may need to live well. We need to live well, but we can't buy everything with the help of money. Okay, something we can't buy with the help of money. We think about, oh, you have a lot of money, we can buy everything, but that's not sufficient. So, income by itself is not a completely adequate indicator of material goods and services that citizens are able to use. For example, normally your money cannot buy you a pollution-free environment or ensure that you get unadulterated medicines. Listen, here we already say one thing. Money, with the help of money, we can't buy everything. We can't live properly. Here is our life mainly depend upon not only the with the help of money. Here is other things. For example, we want to buy a pollution-free environment.